Hey, everybody, welcome back to another segment of the All In Guitar Mentorship Program. Today, we're going to be going over the 2-5-1 progression. And the thing about the 2-5-1 progression, it is in every style of music, from your country, R&B, jazz, especially rock, even some rap tunes. I mean, 2-5-1s are all over the place if you turn the radio on. So it's a very common progression. And we'll go over some songs. We'll go over different keys of the 2-5-1, because once you know how to play it, you can just move it around all over your fretboard. And one in particular, we'll start with the G major 7 scale, the one that we went over previously. And from there, we will grab the 2-5-1 out of it, and we'll dissect it a bit and go over some rhythm in another lesson as well, and talk a bit more about it. So, for a recap, our G major 7, that's our 1 chord. A minor, that's our 2 chord. B minor is our 3 chord. C major 7 is our 4 chord. D7 is our 5. E minor 7 is our 6. F sharp minor 7 flat 5 is our 7. Then we're back to G major 7 as our 1. So from there, what would you say would be our 2 chord? I just said it, right? So if you said A minor, you would be correct. So let's go to our A minor. So we're on the 5th fret, using our, in this case, we're starting with our middle finger, right? And then we're going to lay the rest of our fingers on strings 4, 3, and 2, and muting the 5th string. And feel free to use a pick. I'm not using one, but of course I do. So that's our 2 chord. And then what would you say would be our 5 chord? The D7. If you said D7, then you would be correct. So let's go ahead and go to the D7. So we'll go to our 5th string using our 1st finger. That's our D, and it will form our chord. Now there's multiple ways to play these chords, but just for the sake of this lesson, we're going to use this particular one because this is the one I showed you so far, and I'm going to show you a different variation of it as well. So that's our 2, 5, and our 1, which is the G major 7. Oh, that's beautiful. So let's try that again, and now let's do it in time. All right, so we got a rhythm. It's a slow rhythm. We're going to go ahead and count it in. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Again. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Again. 3, 4. One more time. All right, so that was our 2-5-1 in the key of G major 7. That's a major 2-5-1. The reason it's a major 2-5-1 is because it ends on a major chord. Now you do have something that's called a minor 2-5-1 as well, and that's when it gets really, really, really good. So I'm going to demonstrate a minor 2-5-1 a little later. But we're going to stick with this major 2-5-1 because I don't want the theory and the numbers to confuse you when we start going into the minor keys. Now, what songs do you know that might have that progression in? one song that is nothing but this 251. It's in a different key, I believe, though. But that Robin Thicke song, if you might know, you might be familiar with that one. Lost without you, can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I love you, baby? Right? That's all that song really is. And it has like a six. It actually goes to the six, but that's the whole song. So a song that we'll go ahead and start with is the Robin Thicke song. Actually, let me make sure I get the right key of it. All right, so for instance, the Robin Thicke song, it's in the key of C major 7, and there are some different variations. It's not hard, as we've actually learned all the chords from our G major scale. They're just in a different spot. And if you will look at the tablatures or the chord charts that I have prepared, you'll be able to see in the key of C. So in the key of C, C major 7 is the 1. And D minor 7 will be our 2. E minor 7 will be our 3. F major 7 will be our 4. G dominant 7 will be our 5. A minor 7 will be our 6. B minor 7 flat 5 would be our 7. And then we're back to C. So I'll play that for you one more time. C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G dominant 7 or G7, A minor 7, B minor 7 flat 5, and back to C. So in the key of C major 7, we'll be playing them both in G and C, right? Because you want to know all of these keys eventually. But for the sake of this lesson, doing the Robin Thicke song in the proper key, I'm going to show you in the key of C as well. So what's the 2 in the C major scale? It's going to be D minor 7. The 5, G7 or G dominant 7. You can say G7 for short. From here on out, we'll just say G7. You'll just imply that it's a dominant 7. So if I don't say minor or major, and I just say the 7, then it's implied that it's a dominant. And then the 1. And in the Robin Thicke, it goes one more step actually and goes to the 4. So it's a 2, 5, 1, 4 progression. But we're just going to stick with the 2, 5, 1, and we'll add the 4 in here shortly. So 2, 5, 1. Now the difference about this progression that is different than what I'm doing right now is the rhythm was going on in the right hand, right? Because it doesn't sound exactly like the song just yet, but if we play the rhythm properly, we can get there. So what is the song actually doing? It's doing a da 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 da. So that's the rhythm. Da 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 da. So you want to be able to get that rhythm down. And for the sake of the lesson, I know that most of you might be playing with a pick, so I'll do this with a pick as well instead of just with my fingers, and you can kind of get a good idea of what to do with the pick as well. So if I was to do it with the pick, I would do it something like this. goes to that 4. We're going to put that 4 in there for the sake of the song feel. So that 2. So I sped it up to about 73 BPM here, just a little faster, and we can practice with this. So we're going to count this in. 1, 2, ready, go. Two, 5, 1, 4, 2, 1. So if you can't do the whole song just yet, like when I'm going to the 4 chord and then the walk up, don't worry about that right now, because I really want you to get the 2-5-1 down, because that's the whole song just about. And then we're going to work on picking it out. I just want you to get a feel for being able to change the chords, and then the rest of it will come along the way. But again, we're going to do this other one, but now I'm going to change it up a little bit and actually pick out the notes with the pick. When I say pick it out, I mean I'm going to individually play the notes. So it'll be something that sounds like this. 1, 2, ready, go. Practice this just individually. Really good exercise. All right, so that was a 2-5-1-4. So the 2-5-1 is obviously inside of the progression, and we added the 4 chords to kind of bring it back around. And again, in the first exercise, I did not put so much of the turnaround in, the walk up in there, but what I'm doing, I have my middle finger on the 3rd string 4th fret and my index finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret, and I'm just doing hitting them both, just those 2 notes at the same time, and walking them up what would be chromatic. So I'm just going each fret up, and that's after the 4 chord. And then, so if I'm at the 4 chord, we'll go slowly. If I'm at the 4 chord, my fingers, index and middle finger, are actually already in position to just slide up. So instead of sliding 1 fret, they slide up 2, and then I can lift up my index. So if I'm at the 4 chord, then just slide up 2, and then do the chromatic walk. And then we'll go back to the 2 chord. 5 chord, 1 chord, 4 chord, walk up, right, so now we're going to do that same thing one more time, and then this time we're going to pick all of them out. So it will, and I'm going to use the rhythm. It's always good to play with a metronome. It's always good to play on beat because it'll help you in the long run of being able to hear rhythm and being able to play with a drummer. And when you play in concert, you always want to play on beat. It's very important to play on beat. So I'm going to train you from the very beginning to just play with me, and that's what we're going to do is practice, right? So as the beat goes around one more time, because I'm listening to it, I just want you to take note of that. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go.